The Prabhupada Connection. Srimati Radharani's Appearance Day Lecture by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Montreal, August 30, 1968. Now today is our Radharani ceremony. I must speak now something about Radharani, and then I shall go up, reach my apartment at 12. In the meantime, you can observe the ceremonies. So far Radharani, today is the birthday of our Mat Radharani. Radharani is the pleasure potency of Krishna. Krishna is the supreme Brahman. Just try to understand. Krishna is the supreme Brahman. Parabrahma Paradhyachma Pavitra Parama Bhavan, BG 10.12. So when Parabrahma wants to enjoy, that enjoying spirit is there in the Parabrahma. Otherwise we cannot have this enjoying spirit. Because we are part and parcel, therefore we have got that enjoying spirit. But that is materially contaminated. But the fact is there, because Krishna, he is enjoying this enjoying spirit we have got also, but I do not know how to enjoy. We are trying to enjoy in the matter, in the dull matter, that is spiritual. So Brahman Sukhnubhtai. People are trying to feel what is Brahma Sukha, pleasure of Brahmanubhva. That is not material pleasure. So many yogis, they have given up their family life, their kingdom, and meditating to achieve that Brahman pleasure. Actually, the idea is Brahman pleasure. So many Brahmakaras, so many sannyasas, they are trying to achieve that Brahman pleasure, and in order to achieve that Brahman pleasure they are neglecting, they are kicking off all this material pleasure. Do you think that Brahman pleasure is ordinary, this material pleasure? To achieve a portion of Brahman pleasure, if they are kicking off all this material pleasure, don't talk of ourselves, we are ordinary men. In the history we have got instances, that of Bharata Maharya, under whose name this planet is called Bhratavara. That Bharata Maharya was the emperor of the whole world, and as emperor he had his beautiful wife, young children. But at the age of 24 years, just young men, he gave up everything. Alright, this is very old story, of course, but you know Lord Buddha, he was also a prince. He was also prince, not ordinary men, and he was Kshatriya, and he was always enjoying with beautiful women. That is the palace pleasure accustomed in oriental countries, that in the palace there are many beautiful girls. They're always dancing and giving pleasure to the kings and the prince. So Lord Buddha was also in such pleasure, but he gave up everything and began to meditate. There are many hundreds of instances in Indian history that to realize the Brahman pleasure they gave up everything. They gave up everything. That is the way. Tapasya means voluntarily accepting something severe for realizing the supreme pleasure. That is called tapasya. So if, for tasting a little Brahman pleasure, all materialistic pleasures are to be given up, do you think that the Supreme Brahman, Lord Krishna, is enjoying this material pleasure? Is it very reasonable? This Krishna, he's enjoying Lakam Sahasrata Sam Brahma Savyam Nem, BS 5.29. Hundreds and thousands of goddess of fortune are engaged in his service. Do you think these Lakams are material women? How Krishna can take pleasure in the material women? No, this is mistake. Nanda Sinma Rasa Pradip Vitbitibriya Avanija Arpate Kalbai, BS 5.37. In the Brahma Sahit you'll find that he expands his Nanda Sinma Rasa, the mellow of transcendental pleasure potency. And these gopas are expansion of his pleasure potency. And Radharani is the center. Radharani is the center. So Radharani is not. Don't take that Radharani is an ordinary woman like we have our wife or sister or mother. No. She is the pleasure potency, and the birth of Radharani was not from the womb of any human being. She was found by her father in the field. While father was plowing, he saw one little nice child is lying there, and he had no children, so he caught it and presented to the queen. Oh, here we have got a very nice child. How you got? Oh, in the field. Just see. Radharani's Janma is like that. So this Janma is today, and Radha, this name is sometimes not found in Bhagavata. So the atheistic class of men protest this Radharani's name is not in the Armad Bhagavatam. How this name came, Radharani. But they do not know how to see it. There is on Ardhyate. There are many gopas, but there is mention that by this particular gop he is served more pleasingly. Krishna accepts this gop's service more gladly. On Ardhyate. This Ardhyate, this word, Ardhyate means worshipping. From this word Ardhyate, Radha has come. But Radha's name are there in other Puras. So this is the origin. So Radha and Krishna. Krishna is the enjoyer and he wants to enjoy. So he's the supreme Brahman. He cannot enjoy anything, Dharma, he can enjoy it in himself. Therefore Radharani is the expansion of his pleasure potency. Krishna hasn't got to seek external things for his pleasure. No, he is in himself full, Dharma. So Radharani is expansion of Krishna. Krishna is the energetic, and Radharani is the energy. Just like energy and energetic, you cannot separate. Fire and the heat you cannot separate. Wherever there is fire there is heat, and wherever there is heat there is fire. Similarly, wherever there is Krishna there is Radha, and wherever there is Radha there is Krishna. They are inseparable, but he is enjoying. So Svarpadi Modaragazvam has described this intricate philosophy of Radha and Krishna in one verse, very nice verse. Radha Krishna Praya Victor HL Din Aktirazam DXTMNVAPI Bhuvi Per Deho Beta Gat Auto CCD 1.5. So Radha and Krishna is the one supreme, but in order to enjoy, they have divided into two. Again Lord Chaitanya joined the two into one. Chaitanya Kaya Praka Amadhan. That one means Krishna in the ecstasy of Radha. Sometimes Krishna is in ecstasy of Radha. Sometimes Radha is in ecstasy of Krishna. This is going on. But the whole thing is Radha and Krishna means the one, the supreme. So Radha Krishna philosophy is a very great philosophy. It is to be understood in the liberated stage. Radha Krishna philosophy is not to be understood in the conditioned stage. But when we worship Radha Krishna in our conditional stage, actually we worship Lakam and Arya. You have seen that picture, this Vidyamraga and Arga Amraga. Radha Krishna worship is on the platform of pure love, and Lakam and Arya worship is on the regulative principles. So long we do not develop our pure love, we have to worship on the regulative principles. One has to become a Brahmakar, one has to become a sannyas, one has to perform the worship in this way. In the morning he has to rise, he has to offer. So many rules and regulations. There are at least 64 rules and regulations. So we shall introduce them gradually as you develop. So in the Vidyamraga, when you have no love for God or Krishna, we have to follow the regulative principles and automatically. There is practice. When practicing, just like you practice this mdaga playing. In the beginning it is not in order, but when you become well versed in the practice, the sound will come so nice. Similarly, when we are engaged by regulative principles in the worship of Radha Krishna, that is called Vidyamraga. And actually when you are on the love platform, then that is called Arga Amraga. So without Vidyamraga, if anyone wants to learn the Arga Amraga immediately, that is foolishness. That is foolishness. Nobody can pass MA examination without going through the regulative principles of primary schools and colleges. So therefore I mean to say, indulge in the discussions of Radha and Krishna so easily. Rather go on with the regulative principle at the present moment. Gradually, as you become purified, as you become on the transcendental platform, you will understand what is Radha Krishna. Don't try to understand Radha Krishna very quickly. It is a very big subject. If we want to understand Radha Krishna very quickly, then there will be so many PRK Tasahaji's. In India there are PRK Tasahaji. Just like Radha Krishna dancing. Radha Krishna has become a plaything. The painting Radha Krishna. Krishna is kissing Radha, Radha is kissing. These are all nonsense. Radha Krishna philosophy has to be understood by the liberated person, not by the conditioned soul. So we shall await for the fortunate moment when we are liberated, then we shall understand Radha Krishna Praya Victor. Because Krishna and Radha, they are not on the material field. Try to understand. This is J. Bhagavam's analysis that Krishna is the Supreme Brahman. The Supreme Brahman cannot accept anything material. So Radha is not in the material field. Now there is a very nice song. I shall sing if you can play on the harmonium. Yes. This is a Rupa Goswami's song. Sings, Radha Jaya Jaya Davadait Gakula Drumaela Mahite Modara Rati Vardhana Vi Harini Kuta Vnd Vipini V Abnudadi Nava Ilek Lalit Sakgua Ramita Vikru Karumai Kruberite Sanaka Santana Varita Karite Radha Jaya Jaya Davadait. This song was sung by Rupa Goswami. He is the real person, actual person, to understand Radha and Krishna. So he says, all glories to Radharani. Radha Jaya Jaya Davadait. She's so dear to Krishna. Krishna, everyone is trying to love Krishna, but Krishna is trying to love somebody. Now how great she is, just try to understand. Everyone, the whole world, the whole universe, all living entities, they are trying to love Krishna. Krishna Prema. Lord Chaitanya describes, Prema Pumrathomaan, and Rupa Goswami described that you are distributing Krishna Prema. So Krishna Prema is so valuable, but Krishna is after Radharani. Just see how Radharani is great. Just try to understand the greatness of Radharani. Therefore she is so great, and we have to offer our respect. Radha Jaya Jaya Madhava Dait. How she is. Gakula Druma Ala Mahite. True means young girls. You'll see the pictures, they are all young girls. But of all the young girls, she is the most beautiful. She is enchanting to the young girls also. She is so beautiful. Gakula Druma Ala Mahite. Demodara Rati Vardhana V. And she always dresses her so nicely that Demodara, Krishna, becomes attracted by her beauty. Harini Kuta Vnd Vipini. And she is the only lovable object of Krishna, and she is the queen of Vndivana. This queen of Vndivana, you will find in Vndivana. If you go to Vndivana, everyone is worshipping Radharani. R means queen. They are always speaking Jaya Radha, Radharani. All the devotees in Vndivana, they are worshipper of Radharani. Harini Kuta Vnd Vipini, Vyabnu Dadi Nava Ilak. And she appeared as the daughter of King Vyabnu, and her companion, Lalitsak and Vikasak, and the devotees. So on behalf of the pure devotees of Krishna, Rupa Goswami is praying, Krukarumai Krubarite. Oh, my worshipable Radharani, you are full of mercy. So I am begging of your mercy because you are so merciful, very easily you bestow your mercy. So I am begging your mercy. Krukarumai Krubarite, Sanaka Santana Varita Karite. Now somebody may say, oh, you are so great learned scholar, you are so great saintly person, and you are begging mercy from an ordinary girl. How is that? Therefore Rupa Goswami says, oh, this is not ordinary girl. Sanaka Santana Varita Karite. This girl's description is possible to be made by great saintly persons like Sanaka Santana. She is not ordinary. So the lesson is that we should not treat Radharani as ordinary girl or Krishna as ordinary man. They are the supreme absolute truth. But in the absolute truth, there is the pleasure potency, and that is exhibited in the dealings of Radha and Krishna. And Radha's expansion all the goddess, and Krishna is the supreme lord. Thank you very much. Chant Hare Krishna.